What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 8 of my series where I attempt to fill as many collection log spots as possible on my maxed ultimate Ironman. In the last one, I continued my Barbarian Assault grind in an attempt to obtain the pet, which is the rarest in the entire game and has a drop rate of 1 in 1,000. I'm going to be starting this one off at 378 collections logged and also 850 total high gambles, so I am getting very close to being on the drop rate for the pet now. Also, my total time spent here so far doing these gambles is around 450 hours or so. Alright, so I'm doing my first few gambles of the video here. I have enough points in the top left, as you guys can see, to do a total of, I believe, 21. Well, there's all of those done. You guys can see in my inventory here everything I got. Sadly, no elite clue yet. I've been pretty unlucky with those recently. I think my longest dry streak here is like 70 or something, and it's a 1 in 15 chance, so I haven't really had too many over the last maybe like 300 gambles I've done. So this one's pretty cool. After the poison mechanics got changed, I decided to go a bit more into the healer role, which I really didn't do too much, and I managed to break my PB by a lot. It's all the way down to 12 minutes and 38 seconds with this game. Just the usual random thing here at BA, someone decided to plant a flower on every single tile in the Wave 1 starting room. Well, didn't take too long to get another elite clue here. Let's see what I get. Finally, a collection log slot other than the gilded kite shield that I got with a monocle here. Other than the gilded kite, I think the last unique that I actually got in like the elite log itself was on like 12 clues or something, so it's been almost 30 since that's happened. Also with that one, that is the 40th total elite casket opened. I mentioned last video that I went on a pretty dry streak for these elites, but it looks like I made up for it now since I just got 3 elite caskets from about 10 total gambles, and I was able to finish all of them, so I have 3 more to open here. Let's see if I can get another unique. And the first one is a mimic. Wow, that's the 4th mimic in like, what, 40 clues or something, man? Not quite a PB, I believe that stands at a minute and 2 seconds. This one took a bit longer to finish, but that is 4 total mimics completed now. All right, here we go. Mimic casket number 4. Sadly, still no ring of third age, which I believe is a 1 in 40 drop rate from these. Let's go ahead and open the other 2 caskets now. There is the first one and the final elite here. So sadly, nothing really from any of those. Also, almost 900 total gambles. Been getting pretty lucky on these elite clues recently. I have another 2 more to open. I actually did 3 earlier on today, so I've been able to complete 5 total elites in a single day. First one here, 108k worth of loot, and the second, 251k. The Dragonstone necklace is actually really good for me here. I needed another one of those because earlier today I used the one that I was saving, and there's a chance that I need those from a Sherlock step, so it's good to have that again. Another gamble update here, up to 921 per usual. I also have another elite casket to open on top of that too. That one was actually absolutely awful, only 22k worth of loot. And here is another one that's elite 47 for 55k worth of loot. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys some more stuff having to do with the collector role here. So this one in specific is called R2, and that stands for Red 2. And basically, if the first call on Wave 2 is for red eggs, this is how the method goes. So the defender has to place their food differently during this to ensure that the last runner spawns at exactly 30 seconds on the timer for the wave. And as a collector, I have to run up to the attacker and fighter caves and grab 2 red eggs as fast as I possibly can, and then I'll immediately run back south and load the western cannon. And you'll also see during this that the defender will run up here with me, but I'm going to load these eggs, and both of us are going to sit here and wait on the cannon for the runner to spawn at 30 seconds, and when it spawns, we're both going to shoot 1 red egg, and it will instantly kill the runner, which will save the time of waiting for it to walk all the way to the trap and die, and you'll see that when this happens, the wave actually instantly ends. Okay, the final one here is called B9 or Blue 9, and this is only done on Wave 9. What I do here is I run all the way east, and the goal for me is going to be to grab the 6-second healer spawn and then immediately run back and lure it into this corner here. And standing in the spot I'm in is out of aggro range for the newest spawning healers. Now, this method only works if I get a blue egg on either the first or the second call. Thankfully, on this one, I got it on the first call, but right as this runner dies on the trap, I'm going to run up and grab this blue egg and then immediately run back to the cannon and load it. Now this is the cool part of the method, so I'll wait until a specific timing to shoot this blue egg. Basically the goal is to hit the healer right as the last poison splat kills it, and when this happens, you'll see that it actually dies and comes back to life at 0 HP. This essentially creates a zombie healer, meaning that it counts as 2 kills. So if there's still a full HP healer roaming around, for example, since I hit this healer with the blue at the right time and zombied it, wave will still end even if there's another healer alive. Also, the method of using the blue eggs to zombie the healers, you can do this on any wave, but it's definitely most effective with this method on 9. Also, I did want to give a quick shout out to my team for this. They repeated wave 9 for me a few times so I could get blue on the first call and actually get this clip for you guys, so huge shout out to all of them. Another gamble update, there is 950. Oh my god. No way. There it is. 954? No way. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh my gosh. I got it under the rate too, dude. Oh my gosh. I got it on the same time I got an elite too. Oh, there it is. The log completed in 954. No way. Alright, so the only thing I can think to do now, of course, is to go for the back-to-back pet. Nice little 1 in 1,000 chance again here to get this. Let's see if I can get the back-to-back pet. So, no back-to-back pet, but I do still have this elite clue that I need to do. But yeah, there it is again, 954 gambles for the pet. Massive shout out to all the people here over the last month and a half that I've ran into. A lot of them are here right now. I'm definitely going to be coming back here in the future on one of my other accounts. It's a lot of fun doing this minigame, and the community is so good. So definitely not going to be the end of it. All right, well, I went through, did all the remaining gambles I had in points, and I was able to actually finish the elite. Hopefully that's some good luck there, but I am going to be finishing here at 961 total gambles. So here is the final elite clue from BA. Nothing from that, but I am up to a total of 48. I think I came here when I was on maybe 12 or so I did like 36 total elites from this. And of course, I got the Gilded Kite Shield from that. Oh yeah, that reminds me too, I need to go and show you guys the final amount of Torstals that I ended up getting too. Alright, so I had 105 Torstals and 626 total herbs. Combined together like 1,600 or something, which is even more than the amount of super strengths I have, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with that. From this point though, I'm gonna do something that is going to suck because I'm probably never going to be able to take this out of my house. So yeah, sadly here the whole gilded set, you can't really take it out of the house unless you have the full set, so this is gonna be the last time I equip the Gilded Kite Shield. Actually maybe I'll get incredibly lucky in like the next years or something on this account and manage to get full gilded. But yeah, there it is. It's in my house probably forever now. Okay, this is a pretty random jump, but I believe I mentioned in the last video that I plan to head over to Soul Wars after Barbarian Assault and go for the pet and try to complete the log here as well. So as for Soul Wars goes, you can get the pet from Spoils of War, which are basically just like the crates from Wintertod. You just open them and they contain random amounts of loot. It costs 30 zeal per crate, and the pet has a drop rate of 1 in 400 from those. So essentially, if you were going to be on rate for the pet, it would take 12,000 total zeal. I'm not doing the method where you use an alt, which is like 300 or more zeal per hour because it requires a lot of attention, and I'd much rather just chill while doing this, so I'm going to be doing it in the normal worlds. I'm expecting to get maybe like 180 zeal per hour, so for me to be on the rate for the pet, it'll take 67 hours. Of course, that's assuming that I don't get it any earlier. So for those of you that haven't done this before, it's pretty straightforward to explain. I'll be killing these Forgotten Souls here, and they drop fragments. I also want to mention that when I recorded this, I didn't realize until a couple games later that there's actually souls you can kill that drop 4 fragments instead of the 2 that I'm getting here, so I did end up going to those like an hour later. Once I have a decent amount of these after doing the minigame more, I try to get like 32 per game, and then I'll head up to the obelisk in the center and deposit them. You also want to try to deposit these while the obelisk is your team's color. If you do on the opposite color, you won't get max zeal, and in order to make it your color, it's essentially like King of the Hill. You just stand here long enough and the bar will go up, and once it's maxed, it'll change to your team's color. Also, if you look on the top left of the screen, when the fragments get deposited, it lowers the enemy's avatar strength. Basically, the lower the strength, the higher you're able to hit on the avatar. If it's at 100%, you can't actually hit it at all, you just be hitting zeros. But that's essentially the whole minigame. You just repeat that process until either the 15-minute game ends or one of the teams reaches 5 kills. So one more thing worth mentioning, if you look in the chat, you'll see I got 60 zeal from that last game I played. That's actually the maximum amount of zeal that you can possibly get per game. You get 60 for winning, 50 max for a draw, and 40 max if you lose. Like I said, those are max points. It is possible to get lower if you don't do everything you need to. In terms of these crates that you get here, though, I think I'm just going to be stacking enough zeal to open maybe like 50 at a time, so I'll see you guys back in like 8 to 9 hours with the first opening. Alright, so as you guys can see in my chat box here, I have 1500 zeal, which is enough for me to open 50 total crates. It'd be nice if I could just spoon the pet here, so let me go into here, and you guys can see right here, the Spoils of War. I can get one for 30 tokens each, so I'm just going to start opening some of these. So let's see, first crate, do I get it? No 1KC spoon pet. The items that you get from these are kind of decent though. The best thing for sure is the soul runes. If I get enough of these, I am going to look into starting to build some of the portals in my house in the Nexus. Well, there's the first 50 Spoils of War opened. Didn't get the pet, of course, but 4,400 soul runes. And a lot of other runes. So the runes from these are really good. And there is almost another 1500 zeal collected, so time to open some more crates. So I'm already up to 98 Spoils of War opened, and if you look at my inventory, I got a Dragon Medhelm from one of them, which is actually a 1 in 600 chance. 45 more crates opened, up to 143 now. In terms of the loot here, I'll show my tracker later on, but I decided just to keep the runes that I get. I'm going to be dropping everything else. I'll be getting a ton of Natures, Souls, Bloods, and Death runes, as you can see from my inventory. And with that crate, I am up to a total of 200 open, meaning that I am halfway to the drop rate for the pet. Another pretty big jump, I'm at 320 now, which is 9,600 zeal, and I've been here for a total of a little over 50 hours. Okay, well, with that crate, I'm going to open up my collection log, and as you can see, 400 crates opened. No pets, so I am on the drop rate for it now after 67 hours, like I said at the start of this grind. I do plan to continue with this. I'm not going to stop just because I hit the rate, but of course I really hope I get it soon because I still have to get the other two things in the log, and those two combined is like another 16 hours, so even after I get the pet, I'll still be here for a long time. Okay, I figured I'd just show you all this because I thought it was pretty funny. So in this minigame, there's a ton of level like 40s and 50s, and they're all bots, but there's usually 30 or so in every single game, and there's also barricades in this minigame that you can place. You can only do one at a time, but you can place 10 total. And if you look on the screen, if you place them like I am in the right spots, it actually messes them up and they get completely stuck and they don't know what to do. So I decided to mess around and just see how many of the bots I could get stacked up. So I put them down on the paths leading to the blue base, and I also did it on the red team base. You can see on both of them, the bots are having a lot of trouble actually getting through them. If I had Barrage here, which I don't, it would be pretty free kills since they all stack up. I don't do this every game, I just had the idea and thought it would be funny if it worked, so I went and tried it out. 500 crates open now, the journey to the pet continues, hopefully it's sometime soon. Okay guys, so this crate here is going to mark pretty much what you see in the title and thumbnail, so this is going to be the 600th crate I've opened. So yeah, there it is, 600 total crates open and no pet, which is 1.5 times over the drop rate now. It took me 100 hours to do this many. Also, I'll show you guys on the screen my loot tracker here. For some reason, it only says 563. I guess it's kind of broken. But this is the amount that I got from 563 total. 35,000 soul runes. I'll be able to build a ton of teleports in the Nexus in my house when I make that with these. Also, a lot of the other runes, like I showed before, 505,000 pure essence is kind of the craziest thing in this whole thing. 26,000 Addy bolts, 12,000 rune bolts, pretty decent amount of gems and a bunch of other stuff in here. So with that, I am going to be ending the video here. So Warzone Ranked actually comes out in a day and a half after I'm uploading this, and I do want to play that, so I wouldn't expect another video, I'd say for at least 3 weeks, since I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing that. Goals for next video, I think I'll go to maybe like 800 if I don't get it by then. I'll go for the Chompy pet, that's another thing I wanted to go for, so those are going to be the two things I'm focusing on in the next video. Thank you guys as usual on all these. I hope you're still enjoying them. Even though I'm spending a ton of time at minigames, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.